It's a lot less fun coming in here after you lose. For some reason, we're more than halfway through the season. We're not a consistent football team yet. We're playing hot and cold on defense. We're playing hot and cold on offense, and we're playing hot and cold in special teams. So there are times during the game that we look like a pretty good football team, and there are times in the game that we look like a terrible football team. So if we don't get more consistent than we are now, we'll be here talking about some other losses too.
Is there anything you do to fix it?
You got an idea? I'm looking for ideas. I mean, other than continuing to practice and emphasizing doing things the right way, I don't know any other way. But if you have a secret formula, please see me afterwards, and we'll keep it secret, and then we'll win a bunch of games, and then I'll let you write a book, and we'll make a lot of money.
Rock, I keep hearing you talk about team speed, about how this team doesn't seem to be ready at the beginning of the game, whether it's offense or defense. Why this far into the season is the team not up to speed? Up to the game?
Well, I don't think that's true about the offense. I think that is true about the defense. For whatever reason, we're not. I think we're ready to play. Psychologically, we're ready to play, and I think they're excited when they go out there. But we don't react well in the first half. Now, that can be a variety of things. That could be they're too excited, and they're playing on emotion rather than with any intelligence. And that's kind of like what it looked like on Saturday night. I mean, they killed us with 3 screens. 2 of them we had the perfect coverage called, but they didn't execute it the right way. They got too far up the field before they were supposed to look to the screen. So some of that's adrenaline, I think. The other possibility is that they're not getting as good a scout team look as they have in the past. So the scout team's look is so slow by the time they get to the game, the game speed of who we're playing really shocks them. And you can get into that in a 3-day practice session, but since we had 16 days, they really could have seen their vision of what happens at game time could have been really affected by a slow scout team look.
Coach, New Mexico's your alma mater, and used to coach there. What's it like to see them 1-19 in the last 20 games?
Well, I don't look at it that way. I think the first year I was here, I think it was very emotional the week before that game. I don't see it that way anymore. And all I do is watch film and try to come up with a game plan. And if you watch film and no one tells you what the record is or no one tells you what the score is, I'll promise you can come in and watch that film with me of their Air Force game. And they've got talent on offense, and they move the ball at times and make a mistake. If you watch that game, they're playing hard on defense. They're all chasing the ball, and when they get them lined up, they smack them. They're plenty good enough to beat us. They're having problems winning games. They're having problems putting the ball in the end zone right now, but that doesn't mean, as long as players play hard, that doesn't mean it can't change overnight.
Why is it no longer emotional playing?
Oh, I don't know many of the players. I don't know how many of them are. I don't know how many of them are left. My loyalties are here right now. I got a bunch of guys that are counting on me, trying to help them to get better.
Is that why you didn't do interviews these last 2 years before the New Mexico game? Because you still need some players?
That wasn't my job then. I didn't need to. That's my job now, so I need to now.
Coach, what's impressed you about Colin Lockett's ability to transition from the defensive side of the ball last year to being a receiver that's a go-to guy for you this year?
Great question. I'm not sure he's a go-to guy. I think that we pressed him into duty from defensive back to wide receiver because of a need, because of injuries, because of graduation, injuries, and some academic problems. And I think he accepted the role, and I think he's still trying to become a better player. I think that he's done okay. I thought by now he'd be much better than he is. I thought all our receivers would be better than they are right now. They've made some improvement, but not near enough to make us effective. I mean, they're not getting open as often as they should. They're not catching the ball as consistently as they should. And consequently, we're struggling getting the ball in the end zone. And people can stack the line of scrimmage against our run.